I never imagined that a single conversation could change my life completely, but that night did exactly that. My girlfriend Mia and I had been together for 3 years. On the surface, our relationship seemed perfect. We traveled together, laughed constantly, and shared dreams about the future. But over the last few months, I had noticed subtle changes. Mia had become distant, distracted, and sometimes vanished for hours without explanation. I didn't want to believe my suspicions, but a creeping unease had started to take hold. Then it happened. We were sitting in the living room after dinner, talking casually, when she looked at me with an unusual seriousness. "I need to tell you something," she said, her voice calm but heavy. My heart skipped a beat. "I'm going on a 2-week trip," she continued. I felt a flicker of excitement. Maybe we were going on a vacation together. But the words that came next shattered me. "With my ex." My stomach dropped as the room seemed to spin around me. "Your ex?" I asked, barely able to form the words. She nodded. "I need to find myself," she explained, "and spending time with him will help me understand what I really want." I couldn't believe it. The woman I loved, trusted, and had shared my life with for years was choosing to go away with someone she had once been in love with. I tried to reason with her, begging her to reconsider. "2 weeks alone, away from me with him?" I asked. But she was resolute. "This isn't about you. It's about me figuring things out," she said with a calmness that made my blood boil. That night, I went to bed feeling powerless, heartbroken, and utterly betrayed. The following days were unbearable. I tried to distract myself, work, friends, old hobbies, but every notification made my chest tighten. I imagined them together, laughing, reminiscing, maybe even reconnecting in ways that I couldn't compete with. The helplessness was suffocating. I realized that trust, once shaken, could feel like it was gone forever. Finally, 2 weeks later, Mia returned. She came through the door smiling, but it wasn't the same smile I knew. There was a distance in her eyes, a lightness that hadn't been there before. I asked about the trip, trying to mask my anxiety. She excitedly told me about their conversations, long drives, late night talks, and the adventures they shared. My heart sank. It became clear that this trip hadn't been about finding herself. It had been about rekindling something she had with him and leaving me behind. That night, after hours of silence and painful conversation, I made the hardest decision of my life. I ended the relationship. My heart was breaking, but I realized love isn't only about holding on. It's also about knowing when to walk away. Mia begged me to forgive her, promised that it would never happen again, but trust, once broken, doesn't heal overnight. Walking away hurt more than I ever imagined. The woman I had loved for 3 years, the person I thought I could rely on, was now a stranger. But as painful as it was, I knew it was the right choice. I needed to protect my heart, my peace, and my sense of self-worth. In the weeks that followed, I focused on rebuilding my life. I spent time with friends, threw myself into work, and slowly started to heal. The experience left scars, yes, but it also made me stronger and more aware of my value. I learned that love can be unpredictable, that betrayal can come from those closest to us, and that sometimes walking away is the bravest thing you can do. Now, I am moving forward. The memory of those 2 weeks will always sting, but it has taught me a hard truth. Never compromise your peace for someone else's journey, and never forget your worth. Life has a way of testing us, and sometimes the harshest lessons make us stronger than we ever imagined.